This is Luke Iorio with another coaching moment. Somebody had written in the other day and asked about being coached on becoming successful beyond belief. And I thought it was rather interesting because that's one of those phrases that, even when meant very, very well, has a little bit of something hidden behind it. And you see, successful beyond belief is, I wanted to use that to really talk a little bit about language and help you consider some of the language that you use on a day in and day out basis. Because quite literally, when you say, be successful beyond belief, you're literally using that phrase beyond belief. The reason why that's critical is that our minds have a very, very funny way of working. You see, they focus in on whatever we tell it to focus in on. And so if we tell it that something is beyond belief, it believes that it's beyond belief. And that obviously is very contrary to what it is that we want to achieve. And so I ask you to be very sensitive, very aware of the language that you use on a day in and day out basis. Pay attention to those words where you're expressing that, well, I have to do these things, I need to do these things, or geez, I just can't believe it. Pay attention to those types of words and phrases. You're going to probably be surprised about how much that you use it. And so with that in mind, a few other things that I wanted to add to it is that for being successful, as it were, I wanted to point out that being successful is actually a process. You see, there is no magic stork that's going to come and drop success up on your doorstep. It's not a reward that works that way. Success is something that comes in time. It's part of a process. It's monitoring and achieving progress over and over and over again, because it's actually the process that makes you successful, not the end result. This is not anything that's necessarily materialistic. And so to make things even more believable, break it into smaller steps. You may have that big vision of whatever success beyond belief might be to you right now, but break it down into those steps, because steps become more tangible. They become believable. And if you listen to Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, he will tell you, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's what we want, is you break it down into small steps. Not only can you conceive the vision, but you can believe that it's possible, and you're turning it into a plan where you can achieve it. And so the last thing that I also wanted to point out is that success itself is also a mindset. Because success is not about necessarily the materialistic goods that we go out and accumulate. It's more about abundance in terms of the quality of life, the quality of relationships. How do you get up each and every day? What does your energy look like? How do you end every day? What does your energy feel like? What sense of peace of mind might you have? How fulfilled do you feel? That's really what most people are getting at when they say successful. And so consider it as a mindset. And if you had that mindset, the question that I've got for you and I'd like you to reflect on is, how can you bring that mindset, that feeling of success, into your every single day life? How can you use that mindset to change the quality of conversations that you have? How might it change the way that you literally even feel emotionally when you're working or leading or interacting with any other person? Consider that successful mindset. How would you wake up differently? How would you end your days differently? Consider that in a very practical, tangible sense. Tie it to the conversations, the actions that you take every single day. And you may just be quite surprised at how successful you feel like you become. Best of luck to you.